Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together.
All right.
We're really sad that nobody's investigating this murder.
Not at all.
I'm just, but we're gonna push forward. I'm also like, when my other three friends gonna say something? I want to know. All right, all of them here to support me, even without the funplex. Even after everything going wrong, after Francine being taken from us too soon. I'd never really thought of myself as central in all of this. I was an outsider at first, then the one who walked in those doors looking for a job, nothing more. Interestingly enough, there is this fun theme going on here of you brought everyone together when they were all together, but it's more like they were all really casually together in that it just sort of happened that way.
Yeah.
And then they were more theoretically actively together once you were there, them engaging more and being more present.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been on the outside, honestly. Moving from town to town, always a new kid. We did talk to that new kid.
Yeah.
Never really important to anyone. Oh God, new kids can be so important to some people.
Oh God, yeah.
Not until I'd settled in one place just long enough to get to know Juniper. But by then, I'd come to expect that I'd never be happy, so when I finally was happy, and that got taken away, well, I guess I'd assumed that's how things go. Going with the flow. But now, I say out loud,
I
don't want this to end. You mean this party? I want to feel like celebrating again. Change inevitable, and I can adjust. The game isn't over. Not by a long shot. I think Lies sounds pretty introspective there. More like, I don't want this to end. Everyone here to support me, connected to me, having friends. They just think they want it to continue, you know? I don't want this to end.
Oh, that's sad.
Why do we have emotion suddenly now? We've only ever had one face.
Wow.
This is amazing. I don't want it to be over. Destroyed by Dekonami. By the loss of Francine. You do look so young with that expression. Like, wow.
A very anime character looking compared to everyone else, where everyone else looks a little bit more Disney.
We look more like a rando.
Yeah.
We have less detail.
Yeah.
I just want this happiness to go on and on. Finally, I'd found something solid. Something real I could cling to. I wasn't a new kid anymore. Now I had friends. I had love. I don't want this to end. I don't want this to end. Everybody looks up when I finally speak. We lost the funplex. We lost Francine. It hurts. But what we have here today, I don't want to lose this, so we're going to go investigate that murder immediately. I mean, we have smiled like that before.
Yes, I know.
I just like the other two expressions were completely new.
I know, I was like, whoa.
It's like, whoa. I was just like, now we're going to go investigate her mysterious death. Come on, everybody in the mystery machine. Oh, sorry. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want my friends back.
I'm just sick, I said, and tired. Worst beating I ever got in my life.
Who's with me? Smiles all around. And you know what? It feels good to be back. For the next hour or so, my sadness fades away, piece by piece. Piece by piece of cake.
You know what? Sometimes, yes.
Num, num,
Num,
num,
num,
num.
num.
Good conversations and cake that was handmade for me.
For me.
We share stories, many of which I'd never heard before, about the funplex and the shenanigans that went on around it. Surprisingly, Ben and Matt spend the most tales about Francine's exploits. They've been neighbors for decades.
Wow.
They don't look that old.
They really don't.
We started the coffee shop when we were 10. Oh.
Either that or, like, they were basically over at Francine's. Maybe they worked with her. Like,
they
she was...
really could have been, like, arcade attendees.
That's
and then
where we
eventually
met.
started it and kind of things. And they could be, like, you know, in their early 40s.
Yeah?
Kind of thing. And they just, they now have business there. That could be cute.
That'd be adorable.
So-called, the so-called wake intervention gives us all a chance to heal and to bond. And now, just like in A Mortician's Tale, we're going to start ourselves a funeral home, and it's going to be called Wake Intervention, and it's going to be about having a good time and getting everyone out of the depression as they say goodbye.
Yep, sounds good to me.
That's what it's going to be about. It's going to be like basically re-examine your life as you know, as you celebrate the death. Good, done.
Good.
All of us are working together again. All right, good. To heal and bond for all we've lost and all we still have. We are still together. Despite one little problem, which nobody wants to talk about, and that is the murder of Francine.
Yes! Let's talk about murder!
And the hour grows late, and we only have this place rented for the afternoon. That we do not work and nor venture to patronize each other's venues anymore. So we don't have any reason to see each other unless it's on purpose.
Right.
I can feel it in the air, that unspoken worry. Will we see each other again? No doubt we can arrange more get-togethers. We did promise an annual beach thing, but if it was only for the arcade and not just because we're friends. On the other hand, I've known people who've done an annual friend thing. I have a friend who's done an annual Friendsgiving with his group of friends, even from around different places. Some of them travel to go to it kind of thing. Like for 10 or 11 years now. And it's not because any of them work together at all. They're just friends. And a lot of them don't see each other except for that one day of the year. And then, they communicate on social media.
Right.
But it's like, they keep doing it. So, yes, there's no reason you guys can't keep doing the beach thing.
Yep.
All right. No doubt we can arrange more get-togethers, but they'd all be reunions over what we lost. Not really building anything new. I mean, okay, are you friends? Or are you basically... what's that like?
Circumstantial
friends. Thank you. That's the one I'm looking for. Because if you're circumstantial friends, like we're attending high school, so we get along and we enjoy having each other around for that circumstance, that's very different. Let alone the fact that asked us to declare love for someone not 2 chapters ago.
Right.
If those people aren't even our friend, other than a circumstantial friend, holy crap, bros. No, you don't. I'm deeply in love with this person that I have almost no connection to.
Whee!
Whoa. Not really building anything new. Nostalgia, not progress. How would they not? You can't learn anything new. All we have to talk about is the arcade. We have nothing else in common. If you have nothing else in common, how are you close? I must ask. Without the Funplex, without Francine, will we eventually simply fall away? The dark little thought troubles me as I swirl my drink, remaining quiet while others talk.
Beep beep. Lies.
Why didn't you do that for the last 7 days? Sorry, I don't care. I'm happy now. What? Iris? Hey, sup?
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad too. Do you know that you forgot about me for 7 whole days?
Jerk!
You didn't even ask how I was!
Iris, you usually sort of shove your way into my life, so...
You usually approach
I don't know
me.
what you're talking about. So, do you want me to start finding you a new job? I can search while you're talking with your friends. No problem.
I do need to get back to living my life. Iris? Is there a reason you haven't been helping me up until now? I mean, not like you're obligated to, because, you do have your own, free will and all that, as it were, but what sort of life do I want to live? I want my dream back. I want a new job. I mean, is that Storm the Arcade?
Alright, are we actually... If we pick that I want my dream back, are we actually going to investigate the murder?
Yeah, that's what I want to find out. And going, I want my dream back. On the other hand, I want my dream back sounds like I want it to go back the way that it was.
Right.
Which sounds to me, and I'm just going to argue this here, a little bit immature, because you can't have it go back to the way it was, because Francine cannot come back to life.
Also, though, as lies themselves already pointed out, going are we going to be swallowed by nostalgia, or are we going to basically grow?
And I was going to say, I feel like that's that sort of thing again, the sort of...
But I can't tell what these mean, so...
I was going to say, well, the thing is they apparently don't have any personality weight at all on them, but going, I want my dream back would really be going, I'm going to try and take it back from Deco now, from Deco. That's the
what
only
I would
way
guess,
I can interpret that. And that sounds like war, which sounds fascinating. And if everyone's here, I feel like that would be it. Even if I don't feel like that's the healthiest choice. And I feel like it would be good for Lies to move forward. So personally, if I was just playing the game, I would say I want a new job. But I feel like Lies wants to fight for that specific dream.
Okay, well, let's do
it. I want my dream back. I don't just want a new job.
Oh.
I want my dream. My Funplex. Not just 4 walls with a bunch of games, but a community. When I was a lifeguard, I'd saved lives and made a safe place for people to enjoy the pool with friends. I'm not done with that dream. Yeah, but you also hated that job. But, community you do seem to really enjoy.
Right.
And more importantly, I don't have to be done with it. Come on, guys, let's start an arcade.
Woo.
We'll call it Funtervention.
We'll call it Francine's Funplex.
No, for the bravest person. Oh, God.
We'll call it Francine's. I don't know. So
I like Funtervention.
Funtervention sounds awesome,
I think
honestly.
that would be great. What you need is a little bit of fun in your life.
Yes.
Funtervention. All right, all around me are pioneers of this community, this culture, technicians, designers, enthusiasts, investors, people with connections. You've got, a good freaking group there. I'm just disappointed that Michelle didn't come back, though, and talk about magical moon cuties.
I'm
That would have
also
quenched this for me.
really fucking disappointed because this is not a murder mystery.
I know.
Why?
And I'm like, how is this not suspicious to anyone? You've got a lot of different minds here, you know?
Like,
And
that's
that's
ridiculous.
when the idea starts to form. Iris, can you search for commercial spaces?
Hmm.
Ones that lease or rent?
Huh? Of course. I'm a literal search wizard. Why?
Oh, I know.
Oh, I think I get it. You're...
Haha, I step away from my quiet corner and I approach the group. It's time to take back control over my dream. And that starts here. I mean, Hamza's literally a game broker. He would be thrilled about this. Why can't we open a new arcade? What's stopping us? I'd like to keep sharing my dream with you. So this is it. We're letting Deco win. Who's up for a sequel to the Funplex? I think it's really that second one of I am connected to these people, because Linus has described explicitly these people are what I care about. This community is what I care about. It's not the arcade. Why can't we open a new arcade? It's I'd like to keep sharing my dream with all of you.
Right.
No, I'm not ready for this to end. I say out of the blue as if I'm continuing a conversation that none of them were in. Like that is what all of them look up. Huh? What? The crowd hushes and I grab their attention. I step up onto a table. I set my drink aside and step up to them. I like the idea of standing on a table. The Funplex was my dream. Steps on a stool. I came to see that. In time, a wonderful place. Steps up on the table. When friends could have fun together, away from their troubles and cares. I want to keep sharing that dream with you. Turns gently, looking at everyone as we talk. There's only one way to make that a reality. We open our own arcade. Everyone in this room loved the Funplex and misses it dearly. We'll always miss Francine, but in honor of what we've lost, we need to keep fighting. I'm ready. Are you? Who will help me start a new dream? Here we go.
I'd be honored to join your dream, Wise.
Ooh.
The Funplex saved me in a lot of ways. I won't let it go so easily. I'd love to join you.
As would I.
Faced with the prospect of spending my remaining days at home or at some other arcade, I'm absolutely in favour, love.
Did we ever get the game over to your house? I know we
Nah.
checked in with Gavin. Gavin, did you give him his game?
I assume so, since they said it moved it to Percy's apartment. So,
No, it said they started at Gavin's apartment.
no, they said Percy's.
I thought they literally said we stashed that one at
Because
Gavin's apartment.
Moopies belongs to Percy. It
I
goes
know.
to Percy.
And
I read Percy.
Swear they said Gavin's place.
They said Percy.
I would have to check that
Percy's
one.
apartment.
I'm gonna have to check that one.
I may be a mere customer, but my heart called the Funplex home. And it'll call your new arcade home as well.
You've got my thanks, both of you. Okay, this is no longer a wake intervention, people. Now it's a conspiracy, like the death.
Conspiracy.
Yes! Go, Ashley!
I love that they actually had her say wake-driven conspiracy.
Yes.
It's a wake-driven conspiracy. Sure, why not? I want to be able to name our new arcade funtervention. I want to do it.
Right?
We settle down around a table and ask round one to discuss the future. I'm leading the show, but I don't take the spotlight. Not this time. We have to all work together to make this dream a reality. Getting a small business loan is going to be Gavin's deal.
Yes.
This is it. The next few decisions are going to be critical in shaping the future I have in my mind's eye. I need to choose very, very carefully because there's no take-backsies. If you form an LLC, actually, though, you're not responsible for the loan, which is how a lot of people end up building businesses and then not losing any money when they do them, as well as saving a lot of their private money because business deductions.
Yeah.
Anyway, Iris is looking for spaces we can use, but we're going to need money, obviously. And arcades are risky startups, except for you know a lot of people in the industry, especially thanks to people like Teo and Hamza.
Yes.
I could always respond to one of the many Nigerian princes emailing me offers, but I'm thinking more traditional funded is safer.
And if you all do not know what that reference is to, it's about an old email scam that has been around for years.
Yep.
Like, damn.
And it really is basically like a Nigerian prince has died, needs someone to handle his affairs, we'll pay you $2 million for letting us basically sift money through you kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or it's the, and you were one of his latest, most distant relatives because he doesn't have any family or whatever it is.
Yep.
Yeah. The way I see it, there's 4 people here who could foot the bill to get us off the ground. What Hamza, you've got a tangled web of connections in the industry. Access to games and plenty of cash. We assume. We don't know his net worth. And a
That's true.
freewheeling whimsy to spend it.
Hamza must consider this.
Hamza is a man of resources, indeed.
Percy, you've been building a charity war chest for when you pass. I know an arcade isn't a sound investment and is hardly charity, but,
Right.
You promised me Mr. Moopy would always have a home. If I can help restore that home, okay, love.
Ha!
Oh,
Ben and Matt, you two know how to run a small business. You've got valuable knowledge and resources we could draw from. Since when are they an integral part of our lives? At all! This is amazing.
this is wild.
If you're willing to dip a toe in this industry. Also, since they've never been to any of our events, they don't feel like part of the arcade family, even if they're adorable as shit.
No kidding.
Like, damn, bro.
I dip a toe in this industry.
Uh-huh. We have been looking for new horizons to conquer.
New lands to explore?
There would be caveats,
Terms,
conditions,
exemptions,
I love you
Adorable.
guys.
rules,
guidelines,
best practices.
worst practices.
That's not a thing.
Oh,
They're so cute! Oh my god, sometimes though they sort of remind me of the Game Grumps.
Yeah, they kind of do.
Like, it's pretty cute.
Yeah, but they are not married.
But they're married. But these two are married.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Hamza
okay.
would likewise have conditions.
I can imagine.
As would I.
Mm-hmm. Understandable, of course. Let me hear your thoughts. Then I'll decide. We have to decide who to partner with. We're not going to ask for a small business loan. We're literally just going to get an investor. A single, essentially, investor.
Why can't we have multiples?
Right? Well, because you know it's complicated if you have to pay for work more people.
Oh, come on.
I'm also like, we don't know anything about the funds of the other people around us. We have no idea. Like, Naomi went to a fancy college for game repair, right?
right?
We don't know. All right.
Decision 1: funding and direction. In order for me to back your play, excuse me, that was my brain farting out right there, Hamza would require you to strike at the very heart of Dekonami's empire and open a family restaurant alongside your arcade. Take from him the very business he adores so much.
That sounds like fun. We don't know the first thing about running a restaurant.
Thankfully, your business partner does. I own several restaurants. I would provide staffing and resources. Which is
And
actually really clear.
Actually, that could help a lot. So, one of the big problems that we had in our arcade repeatedly, though it never seemed to bother Lies, was food mess.
Yes.
And the thing is if you have a restaurant as part of it, the eating happens over there. And unlike in a regular arcade, it's actually a lot easier to divide it if there is a dedicated space.
True.
If you don't have a dedicated space, you're liable to have snacking everywhere and make people angsty or grumpy if you try to control it. All right.
No risk, no reward.
Now, this is a risky play, but if it succeeds, the rewards shall be tremendous.
Actually, that's similar to what Matt and I had in mind.
Oh, yes, but rather than a restaurant, well, we'd like to open a barcade.
I've always wanted to run a bar.
I'd raise a glass to that idea.
You guys are adorable. After all, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
And they're always glad you came.
However, that excludes a younger audience because then you serve alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it wouldn't be nearly as large scale as a family restaurant, much safer.
Not quite as profitable, but still quite tidy.
Bars can be extremely profitable.
Although I
Even
was like-
tiny bars can
Oh,
be
yeah.
massively profitable.
Yeah, you have no idea. Honestly, I'd prefer if you simply ran a video arcade and nothing more. Adding on extra seems like a recipe for failure. We know how to operate a simple, small-scale arcade, so why not stick with our strengths? I'll grant it has a lower ceiling for success than the others. It's just an arcade and won't pull in anybody looking for more. No risk, no reward. But I'd say that would be my condition. We need to stick to the basics.
So, take the big gamble on a family restaurant, or make a cozy little barcade, or just go with a classic video arcade.
Ooh.
I'm not really looking at them as risk at all. That's interesting that Lies is really just doing cost reward. We've been follow your heart the whole time, and now it's just cost reward. You
yeah,
know?
it's a little weird.
I mean, the whole game's been follow your heart, about feelings, about people's values, about this sort of stuff, and now it's just like, and they're really framing it as a risk, or something cozy, or stick with the basics, you know, kind of thing. And I'm like, I don't agree with you. I think this should be framed more emotionally of what are you passionate about. And I appreciate Percy going, let's just stick to what we know. But we were already growing, and I don't know that he was connected to that we were changing anyway. We were thinking about getting either another location or getting a bigger location.
Yeah.
So under Lai's management, they weren't staying the same anyway.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't be able to stick to the basics without basically stifling Lai's ambition.
Mm-hmm.
Because that arcade would grow.
Yes.
All right,
So,
well,
I-
we're going to have to figure this out in the next one.
Oh, so thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. This will be an interesting debate between my friend and I to figure out what actually Lies themselves, the character, would like to go for. Because I'm kind of torn.
See,
to
and
say,
part of me wants to consider the barcade idea, not because small, not because less risky, but simply everyone seems to have, basically have a strong aversion to children, and that would remove all the children. You do not have children's birthday parties in a barcade.
However, you do run into Liza's big issue with going. You potentially have more individuals who are more
gonna
likely to
curse
cuss and
and be
curse
loud and rowdy.
loud and obnoxious, depending on how you run your arcade. But usually, I think when you combine games
Booze and games.
and alcohol,
You usually get
bam.
a lot of shouting, a lot of yelling, and a good amount of cursing.
Yeah, so
especially in sports, like bars and stuff like that.
Right.
There's usually, especially if there's any kind of big game, there's a lot of. It's an adult environment. People can curse.
Yep.
And people can scream.
All right, well, again, thank you for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free then to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you're having a good time with us, guys. Also, please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or our Patreon. We've got some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you.
Bye!